Hello interwebs, welcome to Let's Fix Computers. Oh, this thing is... I've got an Asus here with a very broken hinge assembly. What is this? It's one of those, it's a UX303L. So I already have parts in for this because I knew that we'd have to fix it all. So now we're going to do the strip down and repair. So the hinges have broken somewhere around this area, and if my memory serves me, I think I have a complete display assembly minus the screen. Let me just see what parts I've actually got on hand at the moment. I've got a pair of hinges, a clutch cover, and did I not have a... Oh yes, there it is. And we've got a new back panel as well, because I believe that these screw mounts here are all broken. So let's take this thing apart and see what we can do with it. I'm going to try and remove the display assembly from the laptop to give myself better working space first. So let's see how much of a pain in the backside that's going to be. Okay, right, well, that looks a lot more straightforward than I thought it was going to be. A lot of the time on laptops like this, the display assembly and all the hinges tends to be buried underneath the motherboard and that kind of thing. But we've actually only got a couple of screws we need to take off here. Disconnect the wireless antennas, take those screws out, disconnect the display, take those screws out, and the display assembly will come off, which means we can then just work on rebuilding that and then just bolt it back onto the body of the laptop. Nice and easy. Okay, there's our display assembly. As you can see, that's gone. That one's gone. So yeah. Is this a slide? Yeah, so this is a slide to the right and pull off job. Same as on the MacBook, basically. And yeah, that clutch cover, there's a broken notch on there. We do have a replacement one of these, so we'll replace it anyway. The customer, weirdly enough, was really concerned about this cover. They were like, oh, you're going to replace this cover, right? And I'm like, it's just a plastic cover. That's not structural. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to replace it, right? I'm like, sure, the replacement kit comes with one, so yeah, I guess. Anyway, so the real problem we've got here, as you can see, is this is all broken off from here. Not very surprising, really. Again, you're putting the entire weight of the monitor hinges on this little bit of plastic here. That's not going to last. That is not going to last. I don't understand why laptop designers keep doing this. Surely they must know that it has... This is like, I'm not one of these old built-in obsolescence conspiracy theorists, but surely the designers of these laptops must know that this does not last. They must know. And when I say that, when I say they must surely know, it does make me think, well, if they must know, then surely they must knowingly put the laptop out with a really crap design on it, you know, and in which case, yeah, built-in obsolescence or whatever. Unless they just believe that it only gets broken through mistreatment. And you know, I could say, well, clearly the customer has been rough handling the laptop, but then on the other hand, it's a case of, for how often I see laptops with broken hinges like this, you know, clearly laptops need to be stronger than they are. You know, even people might mistreat their laptops, but that basically means that the laptop needs to be built to be stronger to stand up to that kind of punishment. You know, anything that's designed for kids, they make it hard as nails because they know it's going to get thrown around. So if adults are going to throw around their laptops, then make the laptops kid-proof as well. I don't know, that's my opinion on it. Right, these hinges seem fine to me. Again, I have spares. It's this back cover that was the issue. The whole thing came as a kit, but the top cover is all that actually needs to be replaced here. I guess I might do the whole thing just for posterity, just so I can tell the customer, yeah, we replaced everything, because that's what you were paying for. So, right, what's going on with these? Is this a MacBook style antenna array? Yes, it is. This laptop is a hilarious rip-off of the MacBook design. Not that it matters, I mean, hell, if it works, then do it, you know. but this is exactly how the MacBook antenna array works. Okay, right, so now we've got to get the display out of here. Now I am praying that this is just a pop open job. So let's find out. Yeah, boys. Just digging that prying tool down the side of the LCD. Being very careful, because if I crack this touchscreen, then I am done. However, that is just popping out, so that's going to be just fine. Whoops. Okay, right, there's our broken top cover. And just to preempt the people who are going to be spamming in the comments, oh, where did you get the top cover from? Where did you get the parts from? This top cover was one of the trickier ones to find. Try eBay first. If you can't find it on eBay, then AliExpress is your friend. You may have to import it from China. My replacement one I imported from China took 3 weeks to arrive and cost an obnoxious amount of money. It was like, I think it was like 60 or 70 pounds for the hinges and the clutch cover. And it's just a tin sheet, but whatever. However, that's still cheaper than replacing the laptop, so it's still an economical fix. If you have cracked your front glass, my recommendation is to try and find this complete assembly on eBay or something like that. Try and find a full one that has the bezel and the LCD, because you can remove this LCD from the frame. However, it's really difficult to put the new one on and get the touchscreen right. Whenever I've replaced the LCD and fitted a new LCD to an existing digitizer, I have had issues where the LCD is touching the back of the digitizer, so you get like air bubbles and you get false input, and it's just generally horrid. If you are stuck in that position, one of your options is just simply to disable the touchscreen. Either software disable it, or if the laptop allows for it, which this one doesn't, but if the laptop allows for it, you can usually just leave the touchscreen cable, the digitizer cable, disconnected. I don't know where the digitizer connects on this. I think this might be a specialist LCD that has a built-in digitizer decoder. Oh, there's our touchscreen assembly up there. Oh, there we go. It's on the same line as the webcam. That's how it's working. Fine. Okay, let's put this on our shiny new top case. So that will just press into place. So we're just going to sit that in there. And I'm just going to have a quick look. That looks good. That looks happy. The cable is sitting really nicely in that little divot there, so that's fine. Yeah, let's commit to that. Something's not right. I'm just going to do a quick side-by-side comparison of the two back covers. Yeah, that's fine. Those are identical. So it didn't feel like it was sitting correctly for a moment, and I was just having that horrid feeling where you've been sent the wrong parts, which has happened too many damn times. Touchscreens are always the worst. It's one of the reasons why I generally say to people, don't buy a touchscreen unless you really want it. Or of course you could buy a touchscreen and then just not break it, but whatever. I think that just sort of slides into place. Let's just start pressing that in and see what happens. Yeah, there we go. That's just sort of pressing into place. I'm not pressing hard here, I'm just clicking in. We've got a slight gap around the top there that I'm not too thrilled about, you see. However, the LCD seems to be sort of sliding up into the clips, and I think that's why it felt a bit weird. They don't normally do that. That is fine. And I'm just going to remove this really ugly "please don't spy on me" cover. And I'm going to clean that and then just put a nice bit of black electrical tape over there, just so it's nice and invisible. People go to such lengths to cover their webcams. It's just like black bit of electrical tape, just a little square, if you're that worried. There we go. I'm probably going to put finger marks all over it before it gets back into the laptop again, but that's just to enable me to check that everything looks all right visually. There's no marks on the inside or anything like that, you know. I'll clean it again once it's on the laptop. Right, let's put the rest of it together. So, antenna array, on you go. Ah, that's interesting. It looks like the digitizer frame is supposed to have a plastic bit that goes across the top here, and obviously those bits are all broken off and missing. So that is a bit of weakness that we are going to encounter. So I don't know how much of a problem that's going to be. Time will tell. We'll see. I'll be telling the customer to be careful with it in the future anyway. Otherwise, hopefully, as long as I do everything up nice and tightly, it should be okay. And I'm just taking these screws up just into the bite point. So I'm not graunching them because you'll just snap plastic off, but I'm just making sure those are, you know, they're on properly. They ain't gonna come loose without a lot of work. And then really just time will tell how long this lasts, to be honest. I don't know, maybe it's just that bit. I think we might be okay here. I think it'll be fine. Most likely what happened was that these screws worked themselves loose over time. And that's usually how hinges break. But again, the fact that this is such a common fault kind of indicates that the hinges are not properly designed in the first place. And new cover. I'm not sure which way around this thing goes. I'm guessing it's that way. I think I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay, so I've made sure that's down with no gaps on either side, and then just lock it to the left. Oh. Lock it to the left. That doesn't feel right. It should just go. It's being a little bitch though. No, I don't like that. I'm coming off. Right, firstly I'm just going to quickly double check that I'm putting it on the right way around. Yeah, that's the right way around. I just quickly double checked the disassembly footage. I think it just needs a little bit of encouragement. It's so close to being on, it's just like it's just that millimeter out there, and that's annoying. Try pressing that from that end. No, that's not budging. Oh, how about that? Nope. Nope. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to try putting the old one back on. The old one's not even broken, so. And to be honest, I think the old one actually looks better than the new one. The new one, you can see it's got this horrible mold line. See that line across there? You just see that in the light there. That's not existent on this one. The paint job on this one looks really bad. I think it's a bit of a cheap knockoff one. Well, I'm amazed that anyone bothers making knockoff parts like this. However, the original one, which is not broken, straight on, no problems. Yeah, that's fine. That is completely fine. No worries. Let's put that back on the body of the laptop. This case isn't clipping together very nicely, but I think that's just because everything is slightly bent from the original hinge damage. However, it does push into place, so once all these screws are in, it'll be absolutely fine. There we have it. One fixed laptop with working hinges. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now. Fuck yeah.